Florida has managed to put together a pretty solid squad with multiple superstars, which is a sizable difference from the strategy last year of picking up diamonds in the rough. With new faces and a new hunger for a title, Florida has managed to put themselves on the block as a serious contender. But how good are these guys really? Let's find out. We'll start with the DPS line. We have Checkmate, a holdover from last year, and Merritt, the superstar rookie from the Houston Outlaws, and Sana, a rookie fresh out of Young and Beautiful, the third-place contenders team from European contenders. This is a pretty scary DPS lineup. Merritt is obviously a gargantuan pickup. He was by far a top 4 Sojourner last year, and he was incredibly consistent and clutch, and he was just overall a monster on that pick. The rest of his heroes left a little bit to be desired though, but his Sojourn is elite, and his Ash and Tracer are strong too. He's a really big pickup. Checkmate was quietly one of the best flex DPS in NA, honestly. His stats are on par with the likes of Sparkle, Zest, and Alfie on a lot of the main flex DPS heroes this year like Tracer, Genji, Echo, and Reaper. He's just overall a really solid flex DPS with a lot of potential. Then Sana, a lot of people will wonder why him and not one of the million hyped up Korean flex DPS, but I think Sana has a nice hero pool that complements these guys nicely. He's a flex DPS and has a really strong Tracer, but can flex onto the Sojourn. I don't expect him to play much anyway. This is a really strong DPS duo, but I might give these guys a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. These guys are fantastic, but when we're looking at the rest of NA, they have to go up against guys like Lipstalker, Proper Heesang, Kevster Kai, Yaki, even Hydron Speedily Sam and Happy Pelican can give these guys trouble. But they are extremely strong, pushing top 5 DPS lines in North America, if not already there. I'll be generous and say 8 out of 10. Next up, we have someone as a holdover from last year. Again, an amazing player with gargantuan potential. He was already arguably more flexible than Smurf, and he was top tier on his comfort picks like Winston, Zarya, and Ryan. He's an incredible tank player and such a great holdout. There's really not much to say about this dude. He's a Smurf level talent and a top 5 tank in the game. I am not concerned about him solo tanking one bit. 9 out of 10 tank line. If you ask how this compares to other tanks in NA, he's probably the best out of the current solo tanks, unless Hawk steps up majorly. Really exciting player. I think he could win Roll Star if Florida does well. Next, the supports. They've held on to Rubal from last year and signed rookie superstar main support Chorung. Obviously, Chorung is an amazing pickup. He somehow managed to make a name for himself on the extremely mid Toronto Define with his outstanding Lucio, Brig, and Zenyatta. He's an incredible player with a ton of room to grow. Rubal is an interesting choice. While the dude is definitely talented, I don't think he was anything crazy impressive or anything. His Baptiste was insanely good, but I don't think his Honor or Zen were anything to write home about. And I think he's in another tier from other NA supports, such as, say, Finn Shu, Fielder Vigilante, Izayaki, Twilight, you get the idea. He's looking like the odd man out in an otherwise mega stacked roster. But don't get me wrong, I really do like the guy, and clearly Goomba sees something in him, and I trust in Goomba. I'll give the support line a 7 out of 10. Finally, the coaching staff. They retained their staff from last year, Goomba and McGravy. Really a fantastic coaching staff. Goomba's just so smart and has a great eye for talent and player development, and McGravy is such a good assistant coach to add veteran experience and leadership to the squad. These guys are just really insanely smart, and I trust whatever they have cooking. They proved themselves by punching above the expected weight of the Mayhem last year. 9 out of 10 coaching staff. Ultimately, this roster feels extremely strong. This roster feels quite strong. I'm excited to see what happens when you give Goomba an actual budget and superstar players. Merritt and Chorung are big upgrades, and they retained the best parts from last year. If I had to put them somewhere, I'd probably say they're pushing top 5, if not already there. Definitely not as good as Shocker Atlanta, but these guys could finish around Boston's level. But I really like what I'm seeing so far, and Mayhem fans have a ton to be excited about. Expect these guys to pop off. Thanks for watching.